welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Taylor Simone, but you can feel free to call me T or Tay for short. And today I'm just giving you guys a 2-year loc update. My intention is really just to share my experience having locs for a little over 2 years for those who are looking for information, those who are curious, or those of you who may have been following my loc journey since the very beginning and who just want an update. Getting into this update, I'm actually 2 years and 3 months locked right now. And I'm just going to start off by giving a length check. I started my locs December 16, 2022. I'm actually going to insert a picture on the screen of where my locs were when I did my 1-year update. So my hair actually did grow quite a bit. I actually wasn't realizing that it was growing while it was growing. It's kind of like you get to that next year and then it's like, whoa, you have all this length. One thing to note, if you are on your loc journey and you're like in the beginning stages, or maybe you're thinking about starting it, and I heard this from a couple of other locked individuals, it's best to just not pay attention to length. The more you focus on it, the longer it's going to feel like it's taking for your hair to actually grow. You should just focus on living your life and just maintaining your locs, making sure they're healthy, making sure your scalp is clean. Now, as far as my retwist schedule, 6 weeks is pretty much the sweet spot for me to be retwisting my hair. The longer I wait to retwist my hair, the more loose hairs that I have just coming out my loc. And I still moisturize with my aloe, distilled water, rose water. The only new thing I have added, which I got from a fellow YouTuber here on YouTube, loved the video, but she had this clove and rosemary water, and honestly, I used it and I have fallen in love. I'm actually gonna show y'all what it looks like. So here it is. This is clove and rosemary water. I made it the same way I would make tea, but I just left the clove and rosemary inside of that water for pretty much overnight. Took it out the next day, and now I have this beautiful colored, like an amber colored concoction. Since I've been misting my locs with it, my hair feels so much softer, a lot healthier, even right down to like the scalp and the roots. One of my new favorite things. I don't use it every day though, but just thought I should mention it in this update. But as far as my moisture routine, it's pretty much the same aside from the addition of the rosemary and clove water. My hair doesn't really marry like that. I don't have to do a lot of separating. I never really had to do a lot of separating except for like the first year. I had to do a little bit more separating. I might find maybe 2 sections max that the locs are married, but it's just like a light little pull. I tug and then they're apart again. And then also with the whole me retwisting once every 6 weeks, I don't really give my hair too much of a chance to marry that badly. Now, one thing I'll say, at 2 years and 3 months, I do experience breakage from previously bleaching my hair. Yeah, so like honestly, the pieces that have broken were just these 3 locs that I have in the very back. The ends, literally, I had ripped them off because there was a weak point in the loc. I could literally feel through. It was just so thin, it like as if it was loose hair, so it was separating itself. It was eventually gonna like just fall off on its own, but that was a result of the bleaching. And I only bleached my hair twice, mind you. So if you are thinking about bleaching your hair, my humble advice is just don't. But here is one loc I'm gonna show y'all. As you see, it's fine right now, but right here is pretty damn thin. That's eventually going to break off itself. You can see the way it just flung down like that, but it's not thin enough to where I can just pull it. It still has a little strength to it, but eventually that one's gonna pop off too. And honestly, how I feel about that, I'm not mad, because I knew the repercussions of bleaching my hair prior to me doing it, and I was willing to face that just to have that look. And I do not regret it because I got it out my system and I realized that I love my natural hair color, or I just love like black dark hair in general. And then also it's been helping me with practicing detachment from things in my life. I just don't have an attachment to the length of my hair because also it's hair and it does grow back. yeah, everything else is strong and like here to stay pretty much right now, especially with the moisture routine that I have. I know some people may be wondering, how long do I plan to stay locked? No idea, because I can't speak to how I will feel tomorrow. I can't speak to how I will feel from, you know, 3 to 5 years from now. But for right now, I love my locks. I'm happy with having locks. As far as anything new, I did add Loc Sprinkles. I actually have made a video of me adding Loc Sprinkles in my hair up in that corner. I added the Loc Sprinkles just because I wanted something to spice my hair up, but just not color. Overall, I just like to keep it simple and minimalistic when it comes to my locks. Some struggles that I am currently having is that the color, like I dyed my hair natural black. I even went to jet black. It doesn't matter. It keeps fading. I don't know if you guys see it on camera, but like in real life, my ends keep lightening up. They keep going to a brown. Some of them even have like the blonde back on it. And it's like, I talked to a loctician. It doesn't matter how many times I dye my hair. The sun is going to basically take that color out. So I've kind of accepted that. I might try to experiment with henna, but I mean, if the same thing keeps happening, I'm just gonna let the sun do what it does. Mother Nature probably just intended for my hair to naturally lighten up by the sun. And you know what? I'm not gonna go against that. So another thing that I do struggle with is sometimes I'll find lint in my hair. Some people can say that, like, you know, if you wrap your hair, you won't experience that, but there's nothing that you can do. It's kind of impossible and it's unavoidable. You just have to take inventory a lot, and there's really nothing you can do about that. I guess that's one drawback that I could say there is, but it's really not that serious. I might find 2 pieces of lint like once a week, and that's not that bad to me personally. One thing I could say that having locks has taught me about life, patience, trusting the process, as well as faith are some very good lessons that I have gotten from the process of locking my hair. As long as my mindset and my energy are in the right place where it needs to be, everything is going to work out in my favor. And I carry this mindset in every single area in my life. I'm actually very grateful for this. So if there are any questions or any topics that you guys have or want me to talk about, do comment them down below. But that concludes this 2-year update for those of you who are watching. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys all in the next video.